or you want to stop in and learn how to grow some watermelons and cantaloupe, well, you might need to go on down the road to somebody else to teach you how to grow some big cantaloupe and big watermelon. But I tell you what, you hang around a little while, I'll show you what I do to get mine started. How about that? Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Poorboys Little Homestead /
Papaw's place.
As always, if this is your first time here, thanks for dropping in. Feel free to drop in anytime you feel, my friend. Good morning, guys. Today we're going to be planting watermelons and probably some cantaloupe. Now today's kind of partly cloudy, partly sunny, and partly rainy. But I'm going to see if I can get these watermelons planted and these cantaloupe. So let's look at what we're going to be planting. Now y'all know my little grandson Colton. We was looking at books one night and he seen different colored watermelons. So we going to be having us some different colored watermelons here. Now the first one right here is called a Silve. And I say Yamato. Y-A-M-A-T-O. That come from Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. He seen that in that book. It's really got a silver tint to it. But he said, look, Papaw, there's a white watermelon. So Papaw ordered white watermelons. Then the next one he seen was orange. It is called Orangeglo. So we're going to plant about 3 Orangeglos. Now I'm going to have extra plants here because I ain't planting but 3 of each of these. And then we're going to be planting our sugar babies. He said that's his red watermelons. And we're going to be planting our gold on gold, which I've raised the last 3 years. Last year didn't have much luck with them. But they gold on the outside and gold on the inside. He says that's his yellow watermelons. And then last we're going to be planting, I don't know what variety these are, guys, but they come from Smith County, Mississippi. And I bought this from a fella sitting on the side of the road because in my area, you know, if you see watermelons from Smith County, Mississippi, they're usually the best watermelons in this area. But what you have to watch out for, you have some folks that go buy watermelons and they'll put a Smith County watermelon sign up because they know people like some Smith County watermelons. But I saved seeds from it and we're going to have some Smith County, is what I'm calling them, red watermelons. As far as the cantaloupe, we got some Hales Jumbo and some sugar cube. Now the first year I raised these sugar cubes, they don't get that big. They're about that big. I mean, I like them because I can cut me one open and eat the whole thing. But them was the sweetest cantaloupes that I've ever grown. But again, last year I didn't have much luck with them. Last year I think I was kind of lazy on the watering on my watermelons and cantaloupe, guys. Tell y'all the truth, why they didn't do that good. But if you're watching this and you've been watching my last couple of videos come out, guys, my videos, you're not seeing them like I'm videoing them. Sometimes I make 2 videos a day, and like today, it's just the next morning from the day before, so I still had the COVID. That's why I'm clearing my throat and watery-eyed and all that kind of stuff. But I put my videos up. I make them when I can, and then I put them up on YouTube like every 3 days, every 4 days. So the COVID ain't hanging with me that long. It's just the way I'm recording these videos and putting them up. But we're going to get out here and we're going to try to get our watermelons cantaloupe planted. And I'll show y'all what I put in the bottom of the hole when I plant my watermelons and cantaloupes. All right. Guys, we're going to be planting our watermelons this year in what I call my inside garden. And we're going to be planting on 2 rows. And I'm going to be planting 3 plants of each variety. But they're going to be in a triangular shape. It's going to be 2 over here and 1 over there. The next one will be 2 over there and 1 over here. Now some may ask, well, these watermelons ain't going to cross-pollinate. Well, yeah, they can cross-pollinate, but I ain't going to be saving the seeds to replant So if you ain't saving the seeds, it don't matter. Now this garden area here, this winter, I pulled all the old ground fabric up, got it set, put some new rabbit manure, quail poop, chicken poop, compost, and my sea minerals, and got that all tilled in good before I set my garden back up, which I had some videos of doing that. So today, I gotta be careful digging these holes because I got my underlying drip irrigation tape. And that's one thing I don't know that I'll do like this again if I ever redo this next time the ground fabric needs to be replaced. I may run my drip tape on top. I like it under there, but yesterday when I was planting them beans, I was watching for it when I dug my holes, but then I peeled up a ground staple and was gonna move it and stuck it right back through there. So I had to patch that irrigation this morning. So I don't know. I'll probably put mine on top next time. Planting watermelons, we ain't gonna be having to dig as deep as we did. If you watch my tomato planting video, these are small plants. They ain't gonna be in the ground but about 3 inches. So I'm gonna just dig me a little hole about 6 inches. And in the bottom of that hole, I'm gonna put, since these plants are smaller, I'm gonna start out with probably not even a tablespoon of gypsum, not even a tablespoon of triple 13, and not even a tablespoon of calcium nitrate. That'll get my watermelon plants off to a good start. Once they start growing, then I'm gonna be feeding them through the irrigation system. Now I like just going with a balanced fertilizer, but you can, once they get going good, come down on your nitrogen and come up on that phosphorus and potash number. But I'll just always use the balanced fertilizer, and like I said, I had pretty good years up to last year, and I think that was my fault, just being lazy on watering. Didn't get them watered good because we had such a dry, hot spell there for a while, and I slacked off on watering them. But this year they in the inside garden here, set up on a good drip irrigation. All I gotta do is when I walk by, turn it on, so maybe I have a better watermelon crop this year. But I'm gonna zoom y'all in here, and I'm gonna plant, like I said, and I told y'all what watermelons we planting. The first one here is gonna be the Sugar Babies. The next 3 is gonna be the Smith Counties. Excuse me. These first 3 is gonna be Sugar Babies. The next 3 is gonna be the Orangeglos. The next one's gonna be the Smith Counties. The fourth one is gonna be the Silver Duckwing. Hey, wait a minute, Silver Duckwing, that's a chicken. What did I say that tomato was a while ago? Silver Yamato or something like that. And then the ones on the end is gonna be the gold on gold. So I'm gonna zoom y'all in, watch me plant one. And then I'm gonna go on down through here and get them planted. And we're gonna move on to something else. I just realized I still got eggplants to put out. I'm not gonna put my peppers out. And I'll probably be taking breaks in between planting these because I'm kind of short-winded this morning. Plus it's trying to drizzle now, but it's been doing that off and on all morning. So I'm gonna see if I can dig this hole without punching that drip irrigation tape, because it's right here close somewhere. I think that's deep enough. Like I said, I'm gonna put not quite a tablespoon of gypsum, not quite a tablespoon of triple 13, and not quite a tablespoon of calcium nitrate. Then I'm gonna come back over that with some dirt, Then I'm gonna have to go get me some compost to backfill these plants with. I forgot to bring that out here again. And I'm gonna get the 3 best looking sugar baby plants here. Yeah, that's gonna be just right. Let me go get some compost. Be right back. All right, I'm back with the compost. Guys, if you ever wondered why sometimes you can dig a hole, put a plant or a fence post in it, and you still ain't got enough dirt to fill the hole back up. And then sometimes you can dig a hole and not put nothing in it and have more dirt than you need to fill it back up. Now, my grandma and grandpa always said that has something to do with the moon. But today, that first plant right there, I dug it and it wasn't near about enough dirt to put back in there. And I'll pack it down, make sure I ain't got no air boards in there. And guys, that's how I start my watermelon plants off. Watermelon plants do need a little calcium. Plus that calcium nitrate is high in nitrogen and it'll get them plants off to a good jump start. So now I'm gonna move on down through there and get them all planted and I'll get back with y'all. Guys, while I'm planting this second watermelon here, I thought of another joke I want to tell y'all. One time there was this city couple and they was out for a Sunday stroll through the backwoods on the back roads in their pretty little car. And they come around a curve and there was a mud hole. And they run right up into that mud hole before he could get his car stopped. And he got stuck. Well, he got out and he tried to push while his pretty little wife there was trying to spin the car out. Well, they couldn't get it. And they looked over there and here was a farmer. Had his mules and he was plowing his field. He was out there watching them for a little bit. Well, then the old farmer, he headed over their way. He come up on them. He said, I see y'all got stuck. Yes, sir. You think you can give us a hand? Farmer said, yeah, sure. $50, I'll unhook these plows from these mules. And I'll tie a rope onto your car there and I'll pull you out of there. Sure enough, that's what he did. He got the car out. The old farmer told him, he said, you're about the 10th person today that I pulled out of this mud hole. That city guy looked at him, he said, really? He said, well, when do you have time to plow your field? At night? Old farmer looked at him, he said, no, at night's when I'm filling this hole up with water out here. All right, guys, I got to get the watermelons planted. Joke time's over. All right, guys, we got the watermelons planted. Just like my tomatoes did when I planted them, they got the transplant shock big time. But hopefully they'll do just like the tomatoes. Tomatoes look real good the next morning. Now we got to move on over to our cantaloupe. Okay, guys, I got 6 jumbo Hales cantaloupes planted and 6 sugar cube cantaloupes planted. Got them in the ground today. So we slowly getting our garden full. Alright guys, I come back in the greenhouse because it's done got so windy outside, but you see I got the cantaloupes planted after I took about 2 bricks. But I got them planted. Now it's getting windy. We got rain supposedly coming this afternoon and I'm going to try to get my eggplants planted. But this year, on my eggplants, I was going to try something different on my fertilizer mixture. And I was going to try to get my eggplants planted. And I went on, and on my cantaloupe, I put this same mixture under my cantaloupe and gonna try it this year to see how it does. So what I did, I took 1 cup of calcium nitrate, which is 15.500, 1 cup of triple phosphate, that's 0.450, and 1 cup of potash, which is 0.060, and 1 cup of gypsum. Put it in a bucket, and then I put about a tablespoon of each under them cantaloupe plants, and I'm gonna put under my eggplants. Now I ain't telling you to do this. This is just something I'm trying this year because I'm wanting to get my P and K values up, especially on my eggplants. So I thought I'd just give it a shot on them cantaloupe just to see what happens. But anyway, y'all follow me along this summer and we'll see what the outcome is. Now, of course, that's just a tablespoon under each plant, and the plant's gonna get to growing, and then the roots eventually get down there to where that is, and they'll kind of take a good jump start. But all along, I'll still be feeding it through my drip irrigation a little at a time anyway. But that's what I was wanting to do this year for my eggplants, and I just decided I was gonna go on and try it out on my cantaloupe. Don't need no wasp in here. But guys, I got a video I'll attach above that shows you how you can mix fertilizers in equal parts, or do it per parts and come up with your total numbers. You don't just go to mixing this and add your numbers. You got to keep up with your parts and divide them and such as that, in case you don't know how to do that. And on the eggplants, I'm going to be planting, I don't know if I'm going to plant 1 of each of these or 2 of each of these, but I got early midnight. I got fairy tale, which is the little compact plant with the little fingerling eggplants, I call them. I got white star, and I got black beauty. So I ain't sure. I'm thinking maybe 2 of the fairy tale and 1 black beauty and 1 white star and 1, what did I say that was? Early midnight. Which early midnight and black beauty is almost the same eggplant. They look, as far as looking at them, you can't tell the difference in them. But I'm gonna go try to get them planted. We got a little cloud coming. I know it's gonna be a little rain, and then it's gonna be cleared back off, partly cloudy again the rest of the day. But we got all this old spatchy rain. It's gonna be off, on and off all week. Thing is, you don't never know if you're gonna get a sprinkle or you're gonna get a flood when it comes through. My biggest concern right now is the wind whooping my plants around out there, gonna break them off. So I might jump on my side by side and run down the road to the switch cane patch and get me some little bitty switch cane clippings and stake my plants off to help them with the wind. But anyway, I'll get back with y'all when I get my eggplants finished. If it don't rain here real quick. But guys, that's it for today. I even got my eggplants planted today. I'm gonna have more eggplants and I'm gonna know what to do with. We got 2 black beauties, 2 midnights, 2 white stars, and 2 fairy tales. That's a lot of eggplants. In reality, probably 1 black beauty plant would be all we needed just for us here to eat at the house. But I got a row of eggplants. So let's see what else I'm gonna have left to plant. This row right here is gonna be my peppers, which I ain't planting out today. Probably gonna wait another good week before I plant them out and let them get a little bigger seedlings on them, because they slow growing anyway, being a pepper. And unless I'm missing something, all my okra, when I plant my pepper, I'll pop my okra seeds in over on the row. I think Papaw is gonna have his garden planted. I got a bunch of leftover plants I'm gonna have to give away or something, because I ain't got no more room to plant them. But anyway, that's how I go about planting my watermelons and my cantaloupe. Like I said, I changed up my fertilizer this year. I was going to do it on my eggplants this year like that, and I decided to go on and try that on my cantaloupes. And when you get in the higher numbers like that, just say triple 10, triple 13, or triple 20, to me the only difference is you just use less of that fertilizer. Well, if I'm wanting a higher P and K number, then I can mix them and get higher. Even though they're higher numbers, I just use less fertilizer. So that's the reason I always says fertilizer is fertilizer is fertilizer. If you're using a 888, you're gonna have to put more of it out than you would a 20-20-20 to do the same thing. That's how I look at it. That's why I say I don't care which one it is. If I go to buy one and they got one on sale, that's the one I'm gonna get, because, well, I say that's the one I'm gonna get. It's according to what it is, because you get too low and you got to put out more of it, it still may cost you the same as buying triple 20, because you're using less of it. Y'all see where I'm going with that? But anyway, that's just my thoughts on fertilizer. Everybody's got their own opinions and stuff. But I hope y'all enjoyed hanging out in the garden. Like I started this video out, I'll show you what I'm doing to start my cantaloupe, my watermelons. But if you want to grow some big watermelons and some big cantaloupe, I tell you, I ain't mastered that yet. I had one good year, which all I had was sugar babies and them sugar cube cantaloupes. And man, I had that patch out there. It was full of them and they were good that year. Then last year, last 2 years, I guess. Last year, I know they didn't turn out worth a crap, but last year was my fault. I got lazy on the watering when they really needed watering and got busy and wasn't keeping up with the watering, and it showed up. Plus it got up there in them 3-digit temperatures and it just didn't turn out good for me last year. Last year though was a tough year on gardening. It was cold, late getting started in the spring, and then the fall we had that early October freeze. And in between there, the weather just skyrocketed high, was cooking everything. So last year was the toughest year I've had in a while on trying to raise a garden, I'll tell you that. But anyway, guys, I hope you like this little video, hanging out with me. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe button down there if you ain't never subscribed. Don't cost you a thing, but it does help me grow my channel. Share my videos with anyone you think may be interested in gardening. But as always, I hope y'all have a great day and a blessed week. God bless. See y'all next time.